So welcome back to another episode of Stauffer Garage, and today we're going to be detailing this Silverado that has been trashed on the inside, not only by kids, by dogs, but also just by the owners in general, because there is a ton of dirt all over the seats, the floors, pretty much everywhere. But we're going to get this thing looking like new by the end of this video, so subscribe if you're new, and let's go ahead and get started. Now, one thing you might notice from these before shots is that obviously it is trashed, but the cool thing about this truck is it reminds me of the old Silverado I did that was a barn find, that the floors are actually rubberized and completely made out of plastic material, which the car came stock like this, which is just cool in general that they still make trucks with this option as a work truck and like that lower grade model. But to be honest, this is what I would pick if I had a truck if I could. So last week we gave away another Fox Clean detailing bundle, and Aaron Collins is the winner from last week's video. But for this week's video, I want to do that again, and the question I need you guys to answer in the comments below is go ahead and let me know what is your New Year's resolution for 2021, which I'm sure we all have a lot of things that we want to say based on how 2020 went, but go ahead and list down below what your New Year's resolution is, which I think it'll just be amazing for us all to see all of the different things that you guys are looking to do this year as motivation and just as, you know, a way to hold us all accountable for 2021. So list your New Year's resolution down below in the comments for a chance to win this week's giveaway bundle. Now this is the reason why I pull seats from cars that are this dirty, is because you will never be able to get to all of this dirt underneath them unless you do otherwise. So with all the seats removed, I get a clear idea of how much dirt's on them. It gives it that little extra detail to cleaning the car for the customer, and it always makes the car look that much better when you can get to all those different nooks and crannies that you wouldn't be able to get to otherwise. The one thing about this truck in particular, and I haven't noticed it on other pickup trucks as of recently, is that the seatbelts are bolted to the seats themselves instead of to the actual frame. So it's kind of like the Hondas where they're hard to get to, and it's easier just to keep the seatbelts attached, pull them all the way out of the car, and clean the seats outside the vehicle with it still attached to the seats. Despite this truck being as dirty as it is, having these plastic floor mats make it just a ton easier for a detailer in general. And like I said, if I could pick up a truck that had this mat on the ground and this option, I would pick it in a heartbeat. Now, ever since I started this channel, there has been somebody that's always mentioned to try out a Tornador, and I have always resisted, and it's not because I haven't wanted to, but I've never bought the bullet and never quite realized the potential that this tool has. And I'm excited to share it with you guys in this video in particular because it really does come in handy for a lot of surfaces. The main thing about this thing is you have to have an air compressor and you're filling the actual container with all-purpose cleaner. And if you've never seen one of these before, it's got a tip in the inside of that black nozzle that spins around as it's injecting air in through that cone, and then also the all-purpose cleaner. So it kind of just is a high-pressure cleaner, kind of like a pressure washer, but in a smaller, compact form. With never using this tool before in my videos, I couldn't have found a better car to work on specifically with this type of floor material to get them clean using the Tornador to kind of show you guys what it's capable of. It definitely helps with blowing out the dirt in all those different nooks and crannies that you would otherwise have to use a brush for. So it does help with speeding up this sort of process, especially with a floor of this type. Now you might wonder why I did the Tornador first on the floors is because I didn't want to have any of that dirt being blown out of those seams, hitting the door panels or the dash or getting on the seats after I got those cleaned. So I did this step first, even though I was going to track some dirt in when I do the extraction and door panels. It's going to be a lot less of a job to clean that up afterwards than if I did the Tornador after all the other stuff got cleaned first. Now in the next week or so, the Foxtail pet detailing brush is going to go on pre-order, so that way you guys can get ready to pick those up because they are a game changer. They make it so much easier to get into tight to reach spots, and I can guarantee you that you're not going to find another pet detailing brush at this price point. It is a badass brush. It kicks butt at getting all the pet hair out of all of your fibers and carpets. So be on the lookout for that pre-order and making sure that you guys can pick up a brush before they sell out. Now for the rear bench, I wanted to try out the Tornador on the fabric just by itself before I pulled out the extractor, and I was really impressed with how much of the dirt got blown out and then extracted and kind of pulled out with rubbing it with a microfiber towel. As you guys can see from the before and after shots, with just using the Tornador on this one part of the seat, it turned out really well, and I was really happy with the results. Now, as much of a good tool the Tornador was, there is no replacement for extraction. So I went ahead and sprayed all these seats with my carpet solution, agitated them with my drill brush, and then we're going to be extracting them with hot water to remove all of that dirt and cleaning solution from the seats. Now, ideally, I would have the garage door closed and this car detailed in some sort of, heated garage because it was 30 degrees outside in Ohio. I had to leave the garage door open because it was an extended bed truck, so it wouldn't actually fit in the garage. So the seats did take a little bit longer to dry because it was so cold. But with the heater on, kind of blowing some warm air in, it did eventually get dried by the next day, but it did take an extended period of time. So if you ever do extract your seats, just try to find an area where you can clean them that does allow you to have some sort of warm air to blow across them, because it will speed it up substantially. Now, I always list all the products I use in the description box below for you guys to check out, but for the extraction phase, I always use a powder form that goes into my sprayer with hot water. It's called BioBreak. It does a really good job of breaking down organic matter, grease, or dirt, and helping the extraction phase speed up substantially by being a really low foam product. So if you're looking for an extraction powder or some sort of extraction fluid, definitely look at checking it out. Now, after I've extracted all the seats, that's when I go through with my all-purpose cleaner and wipe down any part of the seat that's plastic, the rails with my brush, or cleaning off the different belt buckles to making sure the seats are completely cleaned after I've had all the seats extracted. Now for the center armrest, there was actually a lot more dog hair than I was expecting, so using the foxtail pet brush definitely removed all of that pet hair from it. But then afterwards, I had a real big issue with getting the cup holders out of this thing. I don't know why it was so difficult, or if you guys have any tips or have ever done it before, but the cup holder section had like these little pockets where dirt can get into, but I couldn't actually get the cup holder thing to pop out to get to it. So I don't know if you have any suggestions or have ever done it before on this car in particular or own one, but it wasn't really the easiest thing to remove, where usually I don't have issues with doing this. But this one I didn't really take the chance of breaking something, so I kind of just left it and did the best job I could using the detailing brushes and the Tornador to get them clean. This is the part that I was talking about earlier where I couldn't figure out how this plastic piece pops out. It didn't have typical cup holder liners that pop out in different pieces. It is this one giant coin collector 3 cup holder piece, and it just wouldn't pop out. So I tried to do it for a little while, but I didn't want to have the chance of breaking into the plastic clips and causing any issues for the owners. So I did the best job I could with getting into those little cup holder pieces and getting them clean with using the tools that I had. Now for the door panels, I'm just using my all-purpose cleaner to get them clean before using my interior detailing spray, which kind of gives it that matte, shiny look that you would have when you had the car brand new. Now, despite using the Tornador on the floors, there was some areas that were lightly stained, so I was trying to remove them here with all-purpose cleaner and the drill brush to see if it had any other impact over just using the Tornador, and I think it pulled out a little bit, but I think at this point this plastic lining had some sort of staining on it that wasn't going to get removed with just using the cleaning products I had. Now while you watch these before and after shots from this detailing transformation, make sure you comment below your New Year's resolutions so that way you're entered in for the next week's Fox detailing bundle. But also I want to say, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you smash that subscribe button, because I have more videos coming out every single week of these detailing disasters that you guys love to see. And I promise you that the next couple videos are insane disasters that are going to be an incredible transformation. So thanks again, guys, for watching today's video. I hope you guys have an incredible weekend, and I'll see you guys next time.